Hello everyone, semi-retired Bob here. I talk about the carnivore diet, all things related to the carnivore diet, and some miscellaneous odds and ends. As you can see, I'm out walking. It's actually the same day as the video you just saw yesterday. I recorded that in the morning sitting in the trailer. It did finally break. It's 41 degrees out. So it's not what I would call super warm, but at least the sun is shining, and with two sets of long johns, a big heavy sweatshirt, and these really old baggy sweatpants, I'm managing to get a little walking in here. Probably not going to do a whole lot, probably just a couple, 3 laps. We'll see how it goes. I thought of something. So I was sitting in the trailer waiting for the temperature to come up, and I thought, man, why am I so hungry? I just ate. It was very close to 3 pounds of meat yesterday for my Christmas dinner. You saw it, I put a picture of it up. And then I remembered that just not doing anything when it's colder, the body uses more energy. So if you're like most of the country and you're getting a little more hungry than usual, go ahead and have a small second meal if you're doing one meal a day like I am. Because I did. It was not a Lion Diet meal, but I opened up a can of my off-brand Spam. It's called Hormel Luncheon Meat. I bought it once upon a time because it's listed as 1 carb per serving, where Spam is listed as 2 carbs per serving. So I can eat a whole can and only get about 6 carbs instead of 12. So that's what I did. And of course, because it rides around in the back of my truck, it was frozen solid. So I dunked the can in some hot water till it thawed out enough that I could get it out of the can. And then I put it on a paper plate and threw it in the microwave for a couple of minutes to thaw it out the rest of the way. Then I sliced it up and fried it up. It was okay. I have to say, regular Spam is much better. Much, much better. But this wasn't bad. And that'll be enough to carry me through till this evening, when I'll have that beef that I showed you in yesterday's video. That'll be thawed all the way out, and I can cook that. Although the way my ribeyes turned out yesterday, what I think I'm going to do, instead of frying them up in a skillet, I think I'm going to give these smaller pieces, I won't do them as long as I did that big thick ribeye, but I think I'll put them on a cookie sheet, cover them with aluminum foil. Oh, pastor's parking sign got turned a little bit. But Yeah, cover them with aluminum foil, put them on a baking sheet for... I did the ribeye for about an hour and some change. I'll probably bake these for like 30 minutes and then turn it up to broil and broil them for a couple of minutes aside, get them good and crispy on the outside. You can tell I'm using more energy and I'm still a little hungry because I'm just thinking about how I'm going to make my dinner tonight. But at least it's nice to be out here walking. If it gets 5 degrees warmer tomorrow and 5 degrees warmer the next day, which is about what they're calling for, we're going to hit the 50-degree mark on Wednesday. And it's going to be 50. I think I'm going to plan on trying to get over to the park. I probably won't do big miles first day back out at the park. My first thought is to just actually park at the other parking lot, which is up by the cliffs, and then take the trail down over the hill to the lake, sit on my favorite bench for a few minutes, and then hike back up the parking lot. But we'll see how I feel and what the temperature does. Because I can tell you, with all the healing I've done, and at normal temperatures, I'm moving pretty good. I obviously still have some more healing to do because my left hip and both my knees are starting to twinge a little bit already, and I'm just coming up on the mark of 1 lap. Which is, well, it's more than, I forget exactly. I know it's more than a quarter mile, but it's not a full half mile. Because it takes me about 10 laps to get to a little over 2.5 miles. But I'm going to go ahead and do one more lap. Just see how I feel. So did anybody get any new kitchen gadgets for Christmas? I got one. It's not here. It's being delivered to my house in Omaha, and I'll use it this summer. I got a new air fryer. I've had one of those basket style air fryers, and this is one. It's not a Ninja, it's an off-brand, but it's got it looks like a toaster oven, but it's got like 3 racks in it, and you can air fry in it. And it does some other stuff. I thought about starting to experiment with making my own beef strips, like beef jerky or something like that, this summer, to come up with some portable meat that's fairly shelf stable, so I can have a handful of it, throw in a baggie to throw in my backpack when I go out and do trails. Because I'm hoping that by this summer that I can consistently do 8 to 10 miles Because the loop, you've been out to the lake with me a couple of times, and if not, you can go back and watch those. The lake up in Omaha, not the one down here. But there's a trail that goes all the way around that lake. And I'm hoping to be able to do that sometime this summer. If I remember right, all the way around the lake is like 8.5 miles. Which of course was unthinkable back in Omaha when we were celebrating me breaking the 2-mile mark. Might have even been just 1.5 miles. I don't remember exactly how far I was going then, but I know it wasn't very far. Oh, yeah, that sun feels really, really good. So if you're in the area where it's just starting to warm up a little bit, don't be afraid of the cold. Don't worry about it making you more hungry. Your body uses more fuel just to keep you warm. So if you need to add a little bit of food, as long as it's still carnivore food, there's no reason not to. We'll see how this fake spam affects me tonight or tomorrow. I'll let you know in tomorrow's video how that goes. Man. After being so cold and miserable, because we had those 2 days of rain before it got cold, and then it's been really cold this is like day 4 of the super freeze. So it's been probably a little more than a week since I've been out here feeling the sun on me. And it feels really, really good. But that's the kitchen gadget I got. Be sure and leave me a comment down below with any new kitchen gadgets you've got. And if you have any ideas on how to make beef jerky, carnivore style. I basically want it doesn't have to get crispy like some people like to make it. I just need it shelf stable so I can throw it in the backpack for a couple of days. And it needs to just be beef and water, or beef and salt. So how'd you do with the holiday challenge that we've been working on for the last 2 months? Did you get right back on plan today after whatever cheats you had yesterday? I, of course, because of the sickness that I got from that barbecue that I ate out spur of the moment, I didn't go anywhere for Christmas. I didn't do anything except make that big meal for myself. So there were no thoughts of cheating because there was nothing to cheat with. One other quick little life update, and the thing that got me thinking about why I was so hungry. My water filter in the trailer, I noticed the water didn't taste exactly right. And I realized that the filter needed to be changed. So I ordered one of those. Way too expensive. When I get home this summer I'm going to go ahead and get a Berkey, because those big filters from the Berkey, you can just take those out and back flush them, and they basically last forever. This one I got about 9 months out of it, and a replacement filter was $50. That was a lot. But anyway, so I went up to the little convenience store that's about 1.5 miles down the road to buy some bottles of water for the rest of the filter. Not going to be here till Thursday, so this is Monday. So I bought enough water to get me through 4 days or so. That's 2 laps. I'm going to go ahead and do one more. My hip and knees hurt, but I need to get a little walking in. But I collected the water and had it in a little, one of those hand baskets that convenience stores has laying around for you to buy your stuff in. And I found myself walking up the aisle, and I paused, and I was looking at, there were Hostess donuts and honey buns and all that kind of stuff, and muffins. And I caught myself starting to reach for one. I said, no. Then I went up and got in line, and I'm standing right next to their hot sandwich machine where they got bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits and sausage biscuits and all that kind of stuff for sale. And again, it was all I could do to not grab for that stuff. I didn't. I paid for my water and got out of there. But that was a lot tougher than it should have been. And I didn't really make the connection that I was hungry until, because this was 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. So it's still, 8 to 10 hours for I'm scheduled to eat. Then I'm sitting there in the trailer thinking about how hungry I am. I tried a little pinch of salt on the tongue trick, and that didn't do it. So I thought, man, I'm really hungry. I'm going to have to eat something. And that's when I came up with when I remembered that being cold, your body actually burns more energy just to keep itself warm. So that was my day in a nutshell. So let me know if any of what I've said makes sense, because I didn't have a whole lot of a plan except to walk a little bit when I grabbed my camera and went outside. But I'll try to come up with some kind of a closing thought as I finish this third lap. Probably not going to do a fourth because now my back is starting to twinge a little bit too. So that tells me that's probably enough in this cold weather. But I do want to go ahead and cue the music. Okay, cut the music. Thank you. I had thought of something to say while I was walking around the backside there, and now it has completely slipped my mind what I come up with to say. This not getting out and exercising is really affecting me. But let me know if it's starting to warm up where you're at, or if you're still being blasted by deep freeze. I hope y'all enjoyed this short little walking video. Don't forget to get out there, be 1% better. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, see, of course, the second I get inside and sit down, I'd remember what I was going to say. So, you can tell I just got inside because my glasses are still dark. They'll lighten up here fairly quick. But, what I just did there, I did one more lap, and then my back was starting to twinge, my hip and my knees were starting to hurt. Don't forget to listen to your body in everything we do. I know I preach about 1% better, 1% better, 1% better, but you also have to take the conditions into account. And the conditions out there are brutal. And extra little problems like that are going to crop up. So as long as you're doing what you can feel confident that you've gotten 1% better. Because if this was last year at home in Omaha, I wouldn't have even attempted to go out, even if the sun was out. If it's below, 40 degrees, I just stay in the house, have my groceries delivered, and don't worry about it. Okay, now that's all I've got for today. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.